A new roadblock in the trial of the accused Fort Hood shooter. Nearly 4 years of delays ended yesterday when the Fort Hood shooting trial finally began, but it took just 2 days to hit a snag.
Major Nidal Hasan's standby counsel say they want off this case if he keeps up this same defense. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi live at Fort Hood, where court proceedings were unexpectedly halted today. Chris?
Well, Robert, if day one was any indication, then Hasan's co-counsel says they want no part of this case. And because of the magnitude of this trial, the attorneys and the judge find themselves in some uncharted territory. Law professor and former judge advocate Richard Rosen came to Fort Hood curious to see how the Hasan trial would play out, and it didn't take long for it to break new ground.
I've never seen anything like this.
No witness ever testified Wednesday. The jury wasn't even brought in because Nidal Hasan's defense team said they want out. They say Hasan's performance defending himself on day one shows he wants to die.
That he is, or so they claim, seeking the death penalty when they see their role as trying to prevent that from happening.
Colonel Chris Poppy told the judge that they would stay on the case to do their job of helping spare Hasan's life, but Hasan apparently doesn't want that. Hasan objected, stating he is not trying to secure a death sentence. Judge Tara Osborne declared a hearing for the issue closed to the public. Rosen believes to find a way to keep the trial on track and clear of any possible appeals.
They don't want to bust this case. They don't want to start over again.
But is the damage done? By voicing concerns in front of the prosecution with how Hasan handled the case, Rosen thinks they tiptoed dangerously close to a mistrial.
If the defense counsel released privileged information to the prosecution that they can then use in the trial of Hasan, that would have been very serious.
The court will reconvene at 9 Thursday for a possible decision, but as has been the theme of this case, for now, victims, families, and everyone else can only wait. And because Hasan is representing himself, his co-counsel is really just there to provide legal assistance on matters that may come up or questions that he has. Now, the judge could choose to redefine the role of that co-counsel. As Rosen joked, this is the military, and when you tell somebody to do something, they do it. We're live at Fort Hood. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
Chris, thanks. Hasan's case has a long history of delays. Here's a closer look. He tried to plead guilty, but a judge rejected that plea. Soldiers are not allowed to plead guilty in a military death penalty case. The judge also denied Hasan's defense of others strategy. Hasan wanted to argue that he attacked fellow soldiers in an effort to save the lives of Taliban fighters in Afghanistan. The case also faced a long delay as Hasan sought to keep his beard in court. That's against military regulations, but he was allowed to keep it as an expression of his Muslim faith.